Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video we are looking at the grade 12 question 2, which is interpenetration and development. Looking at our question, we are given the incomplete front view and top view of an equilateral triangular prism that has been shaped to fit around a right regular hexagonal prism. And then the axes of both prisms lie in a common vertical plane. Okay, looking here, you can see that this is the axis of two solids, which is the center of this hexagonal prism and the center of this triangular prism. Okay, and then you are given an auxiliary view of the triangular prism, which is this one, auxiliary view. Okay, and looking at our instructions, we are instructed to draw to scale 1:1 the given top view, the complete front view clearly showing the curve of interpenetration, the complete right view, and we are instructed to draw the development of the surface of the triangular prism. Okay, triangular prism only, and we must make AB the same. Okay, here's our AB. Okay, show all hidden details, show all necessary construction, and planning is essential, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so starting there, as you can see now, I've already started with my top view. Okay, so I'll just go with you through step by step where I started. Okay, I firstly created my XY line, my vertical XY line, and then I also created my horizontal XY line. You can see. And then here on my XY line, I created my 45-degree angle because I now know, using the hashtag method, which is here, my right will be on my left, and which is, they wanted us to complete the right view. Okay, and this is my front view, and this is my top. Okay, and you can see that one center line of our hexagonal prism is at an angle of 45. Okay, it is at an angle of 45. So I came also on this side, I constructed my 45 center line with a 45-degree angle. You see, then the opposite of 45, it is also 45, and somewhere on this line I constructed my 45-degree center line. Okay, and then on the intersection of my center lines, what I did is that I used the side length of 35, and then once I got 35, I set my compass to 35, and then I was standing here at the intersection of my center lines, and then I constructed my full circle. Do you see how it is done? And then now, because these 2 points on the center line are the ones that are touching my circumference, I stand on those points, and then I scribe my arc, and then also this side I scribe my arc. Okay, I also come on this side, I scribe my arc, and then I also come here, scribe my arc. There is no need for you to use an auxiliary view, ladies and gentlemen, because that way you will be wasting your time. Okay, and then from there I joined all my points that touched the circumference of the circle, which is from here to here, from here to here, and also this side, that side, and also come this side to finish your hexagonal prism. Okay, and then after that you will need to construct all those points to the top going upwards, which is, they will guide you to get your front view. Okay, this is how you construct your points. And then remember, labeling is very important when dealing with solids. Okay, so I have labeled this point 1, this point 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and these same numbers I can transfer them to my left view. As you can see, I have labeled this one 1, 1, and this one is 2, 2, this one is 4, 4, and this one is 3, 3, this one is 6, 6, and this one is 5, 5. Okay, so now because we are looking from this side, line 6, 5, 4, and 3 are the ones that are going to be visible. Okay, line 1 and 2, they will be hidden details. Why? Because they are at the back there. You will never be able to see them. Hence, I used my hidden detail lines. And then from here to here, we are given a height of 70 from our XY line, where our hexagonal prism starts, to the top. It's 70. From here to here, you measure 70. Okay, and then from here to where your triangular prism is interpenetrating, you are given a measurement of 15, meaning from here to here you will measure 15. And then also from here, which is the outer point, which is the outer line, which is 3, from here to somewhere here, we are also measuring 15. Okay, so I will need to measure 15 here. So now I know somewhere on this line, it will be my equilateral triangle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now we will need to use our auxiliary view in order for us to get the height, which is here. Okay, and if we can check in our auxiliary view, they give us a side length of 60. Okay, and then in this line, because this measurement of 15 is guiding us to show that we can start here with our auxiliary view. Okay, so with the measurement of 60 here and here, okay, this will be our auxiliary. And then because we are dealing with polygons, we always say 360 divided by number of sides. Okay, in this case we are dealing with a triangle, so 360 divided by 3 is 120. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Okay, so in order for us to get the apex of our equilateral triangle, we will need to use our 60 set square. Okay, 60 using angle 60, and also the side is angle 60, and then we can get our apex there. Okay, and then on our apex we can construct our apex going to the left there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now we know our equilateral triangle starts here and ends here. So with a solid line, we can quickly finish that. Our solid line. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now we also need to construct our right view. Okay, so coming on this side, let's have this as our center line until here, because our right view is the one that is going to give us the exact length from here to here and also from here to here. Okay, hence I'm saying let's start with our right view. Okay, because this is the apex and this is the apex, meaning here will be our apex. Okay, and then from that apex we can simply use our 60 set square again. This is our apex, then also go on our apex here, also go on our apex, come in this side again on our apex, then that's our right view of our equilateral triangle. Okay, then what we need to do now, we will need to come back to our top view, construct our 45 angle, construct our 45 angle, and then we can construct those lines back to our top view. Okay, so here we know, okay, and then also we know here. Okay, so now we can quickly use our solid lines. Also here we can use our solid lines. Because this is labeled A, B, we also need to label AB, and then we can label this one C, D, and this one can label E, F. Okay, and then here will be our A, B, here will be our C, D, and this side will be our E, F. Okay, then here will be our B, A somewhere here, and then on this line we'll have F and D. We are still going to get our E and C. Okay, so let's complete our right view. So taking all the points from our hexagonal prism, constructing them to our left so that we can get our right view. 3 also, then 6, 4, then the last one is 5. Okay, then as soon as they reaches our 45 angle, you construct them vertical upwards. Okay, 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 ladies and gentlemen. So now looking from this side, we will see line 2, line 3, line 4, and line 5 as visible lines. Okay, this is 2, this is 2, 2, and then this one is 3, 3, this one is 1, 1, we have 6, we have 4, and here we have 5. Okay, so I said 5, 4, 3, and 2 will be visible lines. Okay, visible until here, then also visible from here until here. Also 4 and 5 visible until here, then also visible until here. Then the last one is line 5. Then we can close our hexagonal prism. Okay, then 4 and 1 will be hidden details. We can use our hidden details. No, 6 and 1, because they are at the back looking from this side. 6 and 1, not 4. Okay, so now what we need to do is that we are done with our top view, we are done with our right view. So what we'll need to do now is that we'll need to complete our front view. Okay, so looking here, this is BA. It's interpenetrating from here until here. B is interpenetrating until here. Okay, so coming here until where B is interpenetrating. It is interpenetrating from here until here. Okay, and then now C, D is interpenetrating until C. Okay, our D is here, here will be our C. Let's just write C, and then F is interpenetrating until E. Okay, then here will be E. Okay, so looking from this side, we are going to see F interpenetrating until E, meaning from here until here will be our solid line. Just from F until E. Okay, and then now we will need to move from E again, going to C. Okay, but then before we move from E, you need to go back to 4. Okay, which is from E, you can't go to C straight. You need to move from 4. Then from 4, that's when you can move to 3. And from 3, you can move to D. You understand? So now, let's start like this. From here, A, going to E, we are going to come somewhere here at line 4. So line 4 is interpenetrating until here. Okay. Let's go to line 4 until where it's interpenetrating on our right. Then construct a line. Okay. And we look for line 4. Okay. From A going to E, we don't just come straight like here. From A going to E, we come across line 4. From A going to E, we just come across line 4. Okay. So now you can use your solid line. Here's your solid line. Okay, and then from 4, that's when you can go to E. Okay, going to E like this. Okay, then from E, you wanna go to C, but before you reach to C, you come across line 4 again, which is from here. You come here, and then from 4, you go to 3. Okay, and then yeah, you go to 3, and then from 3, that's when you can go to C. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So now what you need to do is that, okay, it's interpenetrating from. Okay, let's start at the top. From A going to A going to C, we interpenetrate here. Then we come at line 3 here, because this is line 3. Because line 3 is at the back, looking from this side, it will be a hidden detail until here. So it will be hidden detail until here. Okay. Then from 3, that's when you can come to C. It's like this, with hidden details. Why did I not do this one? Because this one is in the same line with EF and CD. Okay, this will be on the same line, meaning our hidden details also are going to be on this line. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So now we are done with our incomplete front view. What we will need to do is we will need to finish this solid line of line 4 until here. Okay, so looking at this thing here in our front is the same thing as looking at our top like this, and then looking here in our front is the same looking at our top. Okay, in our right view, it's the same looking at our top. So now we are left with developing the surface of the triangular prism. Okay, I will quickly show you how we develop our triangular prism. So let's quickly develop here our triangular prism, making AB the seam. Okay, we are making AB the seam. So using our true length from our auxiliary view, which is 60 each side, we are going to need that measurement, 60 each side. So from AB 60, and this is our last 60, which is going to be also AB. Okay, AB, we start with AB, we end with AB. Okay, and then having AB, we construct our lines vertical upwards. Construct all our lines vertical upwards. also here. Okay, so now what we need to do is that we need to develop our triangular prism. Okay, so looking here, B is interpenetrating until here. Okay, because this is our triangular prism, we are only focusing on this. Okay, so we need to check B is interpenetrating until where? B is interpenetrating from here until here. This is where B is interpenetrating. Okay, so come here, B is interpenetrating until here, and then also this side it is interpenetrating until here. Okay, and then from here going to C, we need this distance because we don't just go straight. Okay, we need this distance here. Okay, and then we are going to feature it here from A approaching C. This is C, D, E, F, and then also AB. Okay, so on our CB, on this point we just got, we simply construct our vertical line, and then we go to our front view and see from here it is interpenetrating until here. Okay, so you simply need this measurement until here and then feature it here. Okay, and then now going to our CD, D is interpenetrating until here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, D is interpenetrating until here. So here it will be interpenetrating until there. And then from C we want to go to E and F, which is this side. Okay, before we reach E and F, we come across line 3 and also line 4. Then there is E and F. Okay, so we will need this measurement here from C to 3, because this is C to 3. Okay, then we feature it here. Okay, then we also need this measurement from 4 to E, which is from 4 to E, which is this measurement E to 4 is the same as this measurement until here. Okay, so what you will need to do is that you will need to check how long is this interpenetrating until here. Okay, so this is interpenetrating until here, from here to 3. Okay, which is here. This is 3, is interpenetrating until on this line 3. Coming here, it is interpenetrating somewhere here. Okay. We forgot to do our construction line on this line here, in this point. Okay, and also on this one here. Okay, so now we know we have a point here, also here, you also have a point, and also have a point here. And then here on 4, it is interpenetrating until here, which is here. So we need that distance also here from our front view. It's interpenetrating until 4. And then from here, it is interpenetrating until here. Okay. And then we are now on E and F. E and F. F is interpenetrating from here until here, which is until here. Okay, then from F we also need to go back to A and B, which is from here to here. Okay, we also need this measurement because we don't just go straight. Before we reach A and B, looking from our right, we come across line 4 first. Okay, this is E to 4, through length here, E to 4. Okay, then we construct our vertical line construct a vertical line there, and then also come here on our front, this interpenetrate until 4 to here. Okay, remember I told you there is a hidden detail somewhere there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here on this line you will never be able to see it because we have our solid line. Okay, now you have all your points. You can quickly join all those points using your solid line. And then this last one here, and then don't forget to make your edges to be solid. Okay, A and B, C and D, also E and F, C and F. Then you close off your surface. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for today's video we are done. Okay, so please, if you found this video very helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe and please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your time.